There's going to be that one person in the comments that's like, "Oh, where did you find Ratchet? I can't find him anywhere." Aw, should I call the Wambulance? Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another Transformers action figure review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Bumblebee movie, Autobot Ratchet. And I just picked this up from Amazon. It's not sponsored or anything. I know everyone's probably going to ask me, hey, where'd you get it? Where'd you find that? Amazon. I was too lazy to find it in person. Anyway, let's just get right on into the review. And now taking a look at his packaging here. Right up front here, we got a nice image of Ratchet right there on the front. It says number 82, Studio Series Autobot Ratchet, Hasbro, Bumblebee, Takara Tomy, Transformers, the Generations logo, that image again, Autobot logo, Authentic Transformers! And here on the back of the box, we got some obligatory product shots and nice mug shot right here on the side. It says Studio Series, he's a deluxe class. And that's basically it for that. Here is the included cardboard backdrop, which actually is a brand new image, by the way. It's not the same as the one that came with the Soundwave or some of those other Studio Series Bumblebee movie figures, but obviously this is just so that you can display this guy in that for more display options. So there you go. The only accessory Ratchet comes with is this little blaster here, but it is expertly sculpted, I will say. And all the hollowness is very, very minimal, so very nice. My only complaint is that no blast effects can really fit inside the port, but honestly, it's not that big an issue. And I'll show off the vehicle mode storage in a minute, but he does have some storage for it on his back. There's a little peg hole right there, and there's a peg right here, and it can just strap onto his back like that, and that's a nice look. And now taking a look at Ratchet's head sculpt, came out looking very good. My only real complaint is that these fins right here on the top are only painted on the very front and not the sides, so I might have to go in and paint that myself. But he does have some brilliant blue light piping. There's even some light actually catching in it right now. He's got some nice silver there in the face. I always appreciate having bright, shiny paint. And the head looks pretty alright. And, yeah, taking a look at the rest of it, he's got this brilliant blue plastic for the chest, a nice Autobot logo there, red right there for the abs section, some black, got some red here on the shoulders, which looks pretty good. I like the sculpting going all over this guy. You got the gray right there, you got the black and gray, all the white. All the molding and sculpting is there. There is not a part on this figure that looks boring. I guess the only complaint is that these shins are hollow and the forearms are also hollow as well. But honestly, nothing much to really complain about. So yeah, very nice detail overall going throughout this figure. Going over his posability, he's got a ball joint at the base of the neck, which allows for some head pivoting. He can look straight ahead and look down, and it can sort of swivel. The shoulders can rotate a full 360. They can move in and out and in. Bicep swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and then the wrists just rotate in and out due to transformation. He has a waist swivel, and then if you untab the little ab section right here, there's a joint that allows for some diaphragm pivot. Very nice piece of articulation that you never get to see on Transformers nowadays. Hips move forward, they can move back, they can move outward, upper thigh cut or swivel. 90 degrees of bend at the knee, maybe a tiny bit above, and then the ankles can move up and down, and then a sorry excuse for an ankle pivot. Look at that. Man, what a waist. But what the ankle doesn't do, the waist and ab joint really make up for that. Can't really do an ab crunch, mostly just diaphragm pivot. But anyway, that is it for the articulation. And yeah, this guy, he looks good in almost virtually any pose that I can get him in. Ratchet here really is a medic that can bring the pain. You would think that out of all these joints that this guy has, he'd have at least one Ratchet joint. 0 out of 10! Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ratchet. I'm really sorry. And now getting into size comparisons, here is Ratchet compared with the Siege Deluxe Class Ratchet. Obviously, the Siege one is a little bit bigger, but I think they did a pretty good job with the Ratchets here. I mean, the colors look good. It's just this guy just looks slightly more like that, like creamy white, not really bright white, where like how this guy does. But they got the blue plastic all good, and overall don't really have anything to really mention else, because they look about the same, just different, continuities. And then here is Ratchet with the last Studio Series Bumblebee movie figure review that I did on the Core Class Shockwave and Ravage. And now let's get on into Ratchet's transformation. Ratchet in his vehicle mode, and obviously you don't actually have to have this on top, but it can rotate like it's a gun turret, but obviously that is optional. And here is what the base vehicle mode looks like. It's a pretty interesting Cybertronian vehicle mode design. I remember the designers mentioning something like, since these guys never transformed in the movie, it kind of gave them that creative freedom to come up with something on their own, and honestly it turned out pretty well. I mean, it is a Cybertronian vehicle. I like the clear blue. It really is a nice highlight in this form. It's got the nice Autobot logo front and center. The wheels lock in and are nice and smooth. I like how they turned out. I like the highlights of red throughout the figure, including those shoulders. And the bits of gray just give it a little bit of... the bits of gray with the molded textures and detail really brings out this figure. And also, he really compresses down to a small vehicle. My main complaint is these arms and all this stuff that tabs here underneath the vehicle just doesn't really allow clearance for it to roll very well. Right now it's actually scraping against those forearms. So that does bug me that these don't really condense in any more than that. I've looked through the instructions. There's not really any good way to do it. And honestly, it doesn't look bad with the gun sitting on top either. But anyway, getting into the vehicle comparisons. Here's the Bumblebee movie Ratchet compared to the Siege Ratchet, and again, this guy really condenses down pretty small, especially compared to the Siege one, which was already a pretty big deluxe at the time. Like, he was bordering on the line between a deluxe and a Voyager. I like the way how this guy turned out. Not that bad a figure. And then here is Ratchet with Shockwave and Ravage. And, yeah, that's it for the comparisons. And that is basically it for my review on the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Deluxe Class Ratchet. And, yeah, I'll have to compare him with Wheeljack and Brawn and, those other Bumblebee movie Deluxes. But so far, this guy is pretty good, even compared to a lot of other Studio Series Deluxes. He poses well, the engineering's good, I have no, quality control issues, he's got good light piping, there's barely anything to complain about. The only things I could complain about is he's got those little gaps in the arms, and that crest could have been painted up just a little bit more, and the ankle pivot could have been a little bit deeper. But honestly, all of them are just little nitpicks in the grand scheme of things. So if I honestly had to give this guy a ranking, I give him a solid 8 out of 10. He just missed the mark by a couple of points. Maybe, if I'm being generous, a 9 out of 10. But, he was, he just has these tiny nitpicks that just get him, that 1 to 2 points down. So, yeah, about 8.5, 9 out of 10, something like that. But really good figure. My other complaint is that the vehicle mode, when he transforms, he scrapes on the ground. The wheels don't touch the ground. Either I mistransformed something, or it's something wrong with the figure. I'll probably update you guys at another time. But thank you all for watching this review. If you guys enjoyed this review and want to see some more Bumblebee movie and Transformer reviews, be sure to give you a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, yada, yada, yada. Leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.